What does it mean to truly love your neighbor? Is it just about being kind or giving them a smile, or is there something deeper that Jesus is asking of us? In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus commands us to love our neighbors as ourselves. In Matthew 22 verse 39, he says, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself." These words are simple, yet they carry an incredible weight. To love your neighbor is not just an action, but a calling, a way of life that reflects the love God has for us. But what does it really mean to love our neighbors as ourselves? The first part of the command, love your neighbor, seems easy enough. But what about the second part, as yourself? Jesus is teaching us that the love we extend to others should be as genuine, as selfless, and as unconditional as the love we have for ourselves. It's a love that goes beyond mere kindness, a love that desires the good of the other as much as we desire our own good. In 1 John 4 verses 7-8, we read, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God, and whoever loves has been born of God and knows God. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love." When we love others, we are reflecting the very nature of God. Love is at the core of who God is, and when we love our neighbors, we are allowing His love to shine through us. This love is not just an emotion, it is an action, one that seeks to serve and care for others in the same way that Christ served and cared for us. Loving your neighbor means showing them respect and compassion, even when it's difficult. It's easy to love those who are kind to us, but what about those who hurt us or disagree with us? Jesus teaches us that love isn't just for our friends and family, but for our enemies as well. In Matthew 5 verse 44, he says, "But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." Loving our enemies can be one of the most challenging aspects of the Christian life, but it's also one of the most powerful. When we love those who hurt us, we reflect Christ's love on the cross, where He forgave those who crucified Him. Loving our neighbor also means caring for their needs. In the parable of the Good Samaritan, Luke 10 verses 25-37, Jesus shows us what it looks like to love our neighbor. The Samaritan went out of his way to help a man who had been beaten and left on the side of the road. He didn't ask about the man's race or religion, he simply saw someone in need and acted out of love and compassion. We are called to do the same, to notice the suffering of others and to help them, whether it's through a kind word, a helping hand, or simply being there for them in their time of need. In the Catechism of the Catholic Church, CCC 1825, we are reminded that charity is the theological virtue by which we love God above all things for His own sake, and our neighbor as ourselves for the love of God. This means that loving our neighbor is not just about fulfilling a moral obligation, it is a way of loving God. When we love others, we are, in essence, loving God Himself. But loving your neighbor doesn't always come easily. We live in a world where division and hatred often dominate, but Jesus calls us to be different. In John 13 verses 34-35, He says, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Our love for others is a testimony to the world of who we are as followers of Christ. In conclusion, the call to love our neighbor as ourselves is a call to live out the gospel in our daily lives. It is a challenge to love without conditions, to serve without expecting anything in return, and to forgive even when it's hard. As we strive to love others in this way, we grow closer to Christ and reflect His love to the world. Let us pray for the grace to love our neighbors, for in loving them, we are loving God.